Hi guys! So today I'm filming another different type of video. I'm going to be doing my makeup while I speak to you. So as I mentioned yesterday, I'm actually working on a wealth consciousness workbook. And I've been asking myself, like, who am I to create a wealth consciousness workbook? Like, and who's going to buy it? Because I do plan to sell it, but not just the workbook itself. I also want to make it interactive, but more of that to come later. So yeah, I was just thinking, like, who am I to create a workbook about wealth consciousness when I don't even know how to keep wealth? And well, I think it's something that I'm really passionate about because I've just realized, like, I think it was God really that made me realize that this is something that I needed to be aware of, because it's something that I had completely ignored, but I also just wasn't aware of it because, you know, I didn't have authority figures to teach me about money or about wealth. And that is the exact reason that I find myself in this position at this moment, you know. And I mean, I don't regret my decisions that I made with money, because I was just following whatever I felt was right for me. But I do admit that I am really bad at, I guess, like, doing research. You know, I mean, I was. Now I'm a bit more awake in that. So now that I honestly think that it's God that sent me this information, and will kind of, you know, like, he sent me, like, there were signs, you know, like, it was just very clear to me that he was telling me to pay more attention to money. And I do believe that having money, and that money itself, is spiritual. And that when our consciousness increases and our understanding of the spiritual world increases, that's when you realize your money power, you know, the power that you can give to money, the control that you can have with money. But also, that's when you realize that there are higher versions of yourself that you can tap into. Because I feel like money and the attainment and the desire to attain money, I think to be honest, I mean, of course, there's both sides, but I think that it could be, for a good person, a calling from God telling you, okay, if you want to, I know that you can be better, I know that you have more potential, I want you to be closer to me, so I want you to make more wealth for yourself so that you can help others, and in turn, so that you can be closer to me. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but that's when I do think that I think that there's a lot of shame. I think that there is shame. I think that people do go through some shame when they, you know, in desiring money. Like, they think that it's a shameful thing. And I'm here to tell you that it is not shameful. And the problem is that you are maybe being too voiceful about the fact that you want money, and I think that's something that you need to keep to yourself and to God, and just only share it with God. Because people are always going to subconsciously put you down for the good choices and the good version that you are attaining for yourself. And it's not because they were bad people. I think it's just because, you know, everybody has their own understanding of their own like capabilities, and they think that their capability is the same as someone else's. And so when someone else is doing better or wanting to do better, I don't know, like, obviously it depends on the person, but most people who are not spiritually aligned will automatically start feeling a bit like envious or jealous, or I don't know, but just the emotions or the feelings or the thoughts that they're going to have are not going to be thoughts that are going to help you, because we, you know, and I keep saying this, emotions have so much power, and that's the way that we communicate with each other and with the universe. And so it doesn't matter, like, you are able to grasp how someone else is feeling and their emotions and their thoughts without them even saying anything. You already, you know, can tell that this person is angry. You can tell that this person is jealous. You can tell that this person does not mean good, or that they're thinking negatively. So that is why it's so important to keep your dreams to yourself. Even things that inspire you, things that you feel that you are passionate about, keep it to yourself. So that is my 2 cents there. So regarding my wealth consciousness workbook, so I mean, it's not going to be out for a while, and I am battling with my own limitations, and this is another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the fact that I come from a scarcity mindset and scarcity patterns that have been happening throughout my family, my parents, and you know, they transferred over to me today. So I have been functioning pretty much my whole life from a place of scarcity and lack. And then I'm also realizing how self-belief is more important than high confidence. And people don't talk about this. It's all about high confidence. You need to be confident. What is confidence? They normally associate confidence. Confidence is a skill or an asset or quality that people put really high in terms of in regards to social settings, because people put the importance of being confident in social settings at a high level, right? It's all about, you need to look confident, you need to act confident. And did you know that a person can look and act confident, but really inside they have no self-belief, like they don't believe in themselves at all, but yet they appear to be confident? But that means that there isn't an alignment between their subconscious and their conscious. So one day, if they don't believe in themselves, and someone gives them an opportunity, because this person, they appear to be so confident. So someone sees that and they're like, oh, this person is so confident. I want them to be in my team. So somebody gives you a higher position, but inside you don't believe in your capabilities. or yourself, you're going to lose that position because there is a misalignment. Because you don't actually believe in yourself. You believe that you can appear confident, and that you are confident in the superficial sense, but inside you're not confident with yourself. You don't trust yourself. So this is a thing that people don't talk about. We're not taught this. I mean, I wasn't taught this. The fact that the fact that you need to realize, and you need to teach your children to build their self-belief rather than their self-confidence. Self-belief is what is going to transmute or transfer into high confidence. This is why in school, bullies appear to be really confident, right? And they bully the smart kids because they're geeks. They're just focusing on their grades. But who normally ends up having a better, more successful life? The bully or the geek? The geek. Why? Because he has built self-belief in himself by showing up for himself, by making efforts in his school grades, in his education, and by showing up to himself, and by creating goals or having goals for himself and exercising self-discipline. People who have a strong self-belief normally have a high discipline. And how do you practice high discipline? Well, I mean, it can be as simple as, so let's say I told myself this morning that I was going to go swimming at the pool tonight at around 7 o'clock. So I told myself that I'm going to do it. Now, swimming isn't particularly something that I like doing, but it's good for my health. So 6:30 comes around, and I just, screw it. I don't really care. Like, I'll go tomorrow. I'm too lazy to go, so I'm not gonna go. What you don't realize is that the more that you do this, the more that you make promises to yourself that you don't keep, the harder it will be for you to believe in yourself, to have trust in yourself, in your own word. And your word is everything. So if your words come out empty, if your words need to have there needs to be a meaning behind those words, and you take and you give your words importance by taking action. And if you don't take action on your words, then your words become meaningless to you. So your subconscious is really absorbing all of this. And so when you don't take whatever promises you made to yourself seriously, the next time your subconscious wants to continue this pattern, or whatever you say to yourself, your subconscious is going to be like, well, no, I mean, she actually doesn't want to, so I'm going to, protect her and put in some other ideas, to continue that pleasure, because your subconscious is not going to like to do difficult things. So you basically have to train your mind to do difficult things, and that takes self-discipline. But the first thing, the concept that you need to understand and that you need to take more seriously is the fact that your words and your promises to yourself matter more than you think, and are going to have a bigger impact on your subconscious and your success, a lot more than you think. So if you have children, teach them this concept. This is also integrity. Integrity is that it's funny because I think that integrity gets the wrong definition. Integrity is actually the ability to do something that you said that you were going to do. So even if it's to yourself or to someone else, you say, hey, like, yeah, tonight I'm gonna go do this, and the ability to actually do it, that means that you have a high integrity. And one of the values, if you want to be a successful person, is to have a high integrity. So yeah, that's very important. So just think about that, because I have realized that in the past, and I'm just learning this now, that I haven't been taking myself seriously enough. And I just had the realization, I don't take myself seriously. And the reason that I don't take myself seriously is because I have been allowing myself to go against my own word to myself. So this is another reason that my confidence in my ability to create things, to make ideas tangible, is not easy for me. I take a really long time. I procrastinate. And when I am doing it, I feel like I'm doing it all wrong. And then when I'm not doing it, and then it's easy for me to just brush it off and say I'm going to do it tomorrow. But then tomorrow comes and something happens and I feel like a complete failure. Like I feel so low about myself. And I have a friend who's the complete opposite. Her discipline is really high, but it's because of her father, who is in the military. And she is very confident in public. And I know she's also very confident with her abilities. And I admire that. So this is something that I realized, because I was wondering, like, how can I be more like her? And why aren't I more like her? And I am realizing it today. It's crazy. So it's so important to show up to yourself, for yourself. So I guess so to conclude, teach yourself to keep your word, to have high integrity, which means to do what you said you were going to do. Don't take that for granted. Don't underestimate the power of your words and your actions. And don't underestimate the little promises that you make to yourself. Because the more that you turn away from those promises and just brush them off and not act on it, the less you're going to believe in yourself. And one day it's going to come when you want to create something from ideas, but you're not going to be capable of doing it because you don't even believe in yourself. So you don't believe in your words. Why should you believe in your capabilities? So teach your children discipline. Teach your children the importance of their word and their promises, and of keeping their promises to themselves first, before teaching them high confidence. The confidence will come through the strength of their self-belief. So I think the next video I actually want to talk about scarcity versus poverty mindset, and I will give you examples of my own life and the way that I have been in scarcity rather than abundance, and it all makes sense to me. It's very clear to me, and this whole time I have been in my mind so that I function from abundance rather than lack. So it's been an interesting journey, and I'm excited to share with you all. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next